Did James Gunn confirm Blue Beetle in the DCU an accident or on purpose? Did he confirm Blue Beetle in the DCU? Well, guys, before I get into this, before I get into what James Gunn said about Blue Beetle, welcome to my channel. This is AWO Aaron World Order for your pop culture needs, comics, movies, video games, TV shows, collectibles. I guess now wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, this is the channel for you. I'm gonna start posting more wrestling stuff on this channel now, since it's been successful. Wrestling stuff has been successful on here lately, so I'm gonna post more wrestling stuff on this channel starting this week or September. This September, you get a broader audience, wrestling, pop culture fans. I believe they coincide with each other very well. So if you're a wrestling fan, you like pop culture, and if you're a pop culture, you like a wrestling fan, this will be the channel for you now, right? I'll be talking some wrestling topics on this channel, and still some pop culture, and still mostly pop culture stuff. But yeah, okay. So if you're new to this channel and see what you like, please subscribe. And also, new and curse, smash the like button. There's also membership down below. Down below, please. 3 tiers. The tiers are not very expensive. The first tier is only $1. The second tier is $3, and the final highest tier is only $5. So not overly expensive. I want to post more things in the memberships for members only. That's my plan. But yeah, so once again, like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let's get into this. So, okay, Blue Beetle. The movie, we know the movie came out 2 years ago. 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, basically around this time, the same month. I saw the movie. I liked it for what it was. It was a solid DC movie. Had no promotion, no press junket or anything like that, because the writers not directors, but the writers and actor strike was going on at the time. So any film between July and early November, there was no promotion or any by the actors or anything like that, by the crew. But yeah, it's been 2 years since that movie came out, 2023. Now the question is that part of the new? Is it going to be part of the new DCU or no? There's been a lot of confusion. At some points say, yeah, it's going to be part. It's going to be included in the DCU. So it's going to come back, or in other discussions, no. Well, according to Rotten Tomatoes, James Gunn being interviewed on Tomatoes, and okay, now Rotten Tomatoes is not just a site that lets you give a score on how good a film or TV show is. They actually have people that actually have journalists and interviewers, okay? Press, okay? But we don't really talk about that, okay? But this is part of the press, the junket, leading up to Peacemaker, going on Peacemaker, right? James Gunn was in a short clip and is asked about Peacemaker, how Peacemaker works in his DCU, and how things work in the DCU, and how it's going to be different from the past, and how he has to rework some things, retcon some things, whatever, right? So he mentions about Blue Beetle. Now, this information, I'll say this is not a confirmation at all. He kind of just might have used the Blue Beetle as an example. It really doesn't mean anything, but I want to know what you guys think. But let's listen to this clip, right? I can't find articles anywhere, so Eric Davis, right here. Let's listen to this clip.
Almost, there's hardly any. He's in a weird place. People say he's a part of the DCU, okay, but he wasn't really. He was in between universe of DC when there was nobody really, making sure everything was connected, and at a time when they were going to rewrite everything with the Flash. We were kind of able to do whatever we wanted, and we had that brash ending, which I loved, was one of my favorite things in the whole season, but it just didn't fit in with the DCU. And that's Peacemaker, right, almost, there's hardly anything that you need to change for him to slide very easily into the DCU. Same with Blue Beetle. They just kind of fit in very nicely. But maybe we have to retcon a couple of things. But this was the big one.
Okay. So what he's saying here is the changes from the DCU, from Peacemaker season 1 to season 2. Obviously, the end of season 1, obviously, is the Justice League. And if you see the first episode of season 2 of Peacemaker, the Justice Gang. So they recon and change that up, right? With Blue Beetle here is, and he sees what works from that and what works in the DCU. So with Blue Beetle, he's basically saying, you know, some things that Blue Beetle might be able to work in this new DCU. Okay? Maybe what happens in Blue Beetle could work in the DCU. And that's what he's saying here, right? Yeah, you might have to change a few things. We might have to change a few things. But, you know, Blue Beetle could work in the DCU. Now, is this saying that... This is him saying from the past Blue Beetle movie, I guess... Maybe you liked it enough, or maybe some things from that Blue Beetle movie could work in the DCU. Maybe like a Zolo, who is the lead actor for Blue Beetle, is Jaime Reyes. We'll see. That's what I think he's trying to say. I don't know if it's confirmation, or it just might. I wouldn't take this as confirmation. I just might take this as a possibility from him. He's not downplaying it. He is not saying no. We're not throwing it away. There's a possibility. That's I'm taking from this. So it's a possible Zolo might come in as a Blue Beetle, or if they have Booster Gold, because we know Booster Gold's coming in. What about maybe Ted Cord? Now we know if you watch the Blue Beetle movie, the original Blue Beetle was Ted Cord, Cord Industries. Oh, and I think in the Peacemaker, and I think in Peacemaker, if I remember watching episode 1, or Cord Industries does exist in the DCU. Okay, I remember seeing it. I think it might have been season 1 of Cord Industries, not season 1, season 2 of Cord Industries exists in the DCU. So there's definitely something there. So if Cord Industries exists in the DCU, there's a good chance Blue Beetle will end up in the DCU. But I don't know if it's going to be part of the 2023 film. It could sound like this might be from that. You might take some elements from that and put it into the DCU. That's what I get from this. This is not a denial. It's not a confirmation. But this is not a denial because, James Gunn, he's very blunt about things that are not true or not happening. This definitely is a different tune when it comes to Blue Beetle. So this to me is like giving us a hint. Maybe Blue Beetle will be the DCU, and maybe it's going to be part of it's going to be from 2023. Not all of it. Some of it will be changed a bit because, like you said about Peacemaker season 1 and season 2, they had to retcon some things, specifically the end of the season 1 with the Justice League and the Justice Gang. They replaced it with the Justice Gang. You saw in the little recap of the beginning of season 2, episode 1, they did a little recap of what happened in season 1 because it's been 3.5 years since season 2, season 1. So maybe people need a bit of a refresher, unless you really, really have a die hard and you remember things really, really well. Even though you'll recognize the change, obviously, if you've seen season 1 and season 2. The ending of season 1, the Justice Gang, yeah, blah 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 blah. I told you that a bunch of times. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think this is? Do you think this is like him saying, "Yeah, maybe the Zolo Blue Beetle will be in it," or not? I don't know. What do you guys think? This thing is him giving basically a tease, hinting at Blue Beetle, or is just him just spinning out ideas of how some things from the past DCU could fit into the DCU. You just have to change some things and retcon some things. They did a Peacemaker. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below.